The Bengals' starting defense just got dog walked by Philly's backups in the preseason. Their defense arguably got worse. Didn't think it was possible. If I'm Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, I would have packed my luggage and requested a trade as soon as possible. Be prepared for that to happen within the next few years. Listen, I'm all for sticking around with the team that drafted you and winning a franchise, their first ever Super Bowl. That's amazing. That's crucial. We need these smaller teams with smaller fan bases to have players to root for and to have life. That being said, I would have given a pass to all three of those guys. Cincinnati is the most inept and embarrassing franchise in all of sports right now. Joe Burrow would have been the MVP had they made the playoffs last year. They had a triple crown receiver and arguably the best second option in the league, and they can't even make the playoffs. No protection, no defense, no coaching staff. It's a complete embarrassment. And the fact that they made Tanner McKee, have you ever heard of him? Tanner McKee looked like Tom Brady in his prime against that starting Bengals defense. That's how bad it was. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase did their thing. They went out there and balled out. Did not matter. This offense has to compensate for at least 50 points allowed per game by this defense. And I said it ironically in the episode I posted a few days ago, and I'll say it again. Joe Burrow is this generation's Dan Marino. Joe Burrow will go down as the biggest waste of talent by a franchise in NFL history. The Bengals have made a mockery of themselves. They made the Super Bowl, and then it all just disappeared. They can't get their finances straight. They can't make business decisions. They don't know how to run a franchise, run a football team. They don't get it. It's just not clicking. It's far more than a coaching issue. It's far more than just a single player or two, a substitute. No. It's a full-blown issue, personnel-wise. Everything needs to be replaced. Scrap it all. Throw it all in the dumpster. It is embarrassing. And I feel terrible. Terrible for Cincinnati fans. You've been fooled with the talent Joe Burrow and Jamar have. One of the best connections I've watched with my own eyes. A quarterback and receiver on the same page, understanding what each other are looking for on the field. They do it at such an elite level, but the rest of it is trash. It's garbage. It's so bad. And the preseason is just an example and a lead up to what's expected for this season once again. They've missed the playoffs 2 years in a row now, and they're preparing for it to be a third. And it will be. Because when you look at the Chargers, who I just talked about, missing Rashawn Slater, I'm still taking them over the Bengals because the team is more complete. When you look at the Broncos, I'm taking them over the Bengals because the team is more complete. When you look at the Bills, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Texans, I'm taking them all over the Bengals because their team is more complete. When you look at the Patriots, I'm taking them over the Bengals because their team is more complete. Because these organizations care about the construction of more than just 3 stars on offense. 3 stars ain't going to win you nothing. You won't do nothing. Because it's the ultimate team sport. You need offense. You need defense. You need special teams. You need a cohesive unit that is working simultaneously towards a singular goal. when your starting defense can't compete with the backup offense for Philadelphia, just hang up the cleats right then and there. It ain't working. I'm sorry to Bengals fans that have to witness this, listen to this podcast, listen to every other journalist, anybody else in sports media critique and laugh at your team, but it's the hard truth.